quick update on our peas that we started this spring. This is the Oregon sugar pod. There, she got one right there. And those are yummy just to eat like that. Right? We love those. Those are a nice snack. So, those are doing good. Those are really tasty. I haven't grown those before, but I'm going to definitely
this one's so little.
Continue with that. They're very, very tasty. So, we're going to go. She already took a bunch of them off there and got them in the basket. And then over here, I have the my 2 lone cabbages that got put in late, but we'll see what happens with those. I plan to do a bunch of fall cabbage. I have started already. But these are my cucumbers. And I need to kind of restring them up. They kind of fell down off their little string, but they're looking pretty good. Just gotta get it up right there. I gotta fix the string, it got loose, so they're kind of all on the ground there. But I went the other day and pruned off all the suckers so that they just grow up more straight. These are nasturtiums I planted by them. They're starting to bloom really pretty. I had an extra tomato plant, so I plopped it there because one of the cucumbers died early. So, and then I have more nasturtiums, and these are so yummy. They taste like radishes. And these are edible. So
they're spicy.
They are spicy. They're a little too spicy for you. And they have a little like sweet nectar flavor to it too. So those are always fun. Radishes are done when spring is over, but you can eat the nasturtiums in your salad instead. So these are the sugar snap peas. They're doing really good. We gotta get over here and pick these. But they climb pretty tall. So those are so yummy.
I want a
Do you want one?
Oh, I found one.
Here you go. Yeah, you found them. Here you go. You can eat those.
I picked this one.
Yeah. So yeah, that's doing good. And then I have a couple tomato plants here that I need to restring here, but my plan was to single stem them and climb them up this string on the trellis. So I gotta address that. But these are all summer squashes, like regular zucchini, some yellow crookneck, yellow straight neck. They're all flowering. Oh, we have a little zucchini started.
What is this one?
You see it?
What is this one?
Oh, don't pull the flower because it's going to turn into a zucchini. But look, it's growing a little zucchini.
What is it now?
It's a zucchini. You'll see. We're going to eat it when it's bigger. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, there's another one starting. I think that's a gray striped zucchini. So yeah, and then so these are the Lincoln peas that I planted. And these are all pod peas for shelling. They're not quite there yet.
I just picked
this one's good. Here, we got this one here. Open it up.
Open it.
Here, I'll show you. It's difficult.
No, not this one.
You can eat those peas out of there. Those are yummy.
Yum.
So they're getting there, but they're still a little bit small. But they're all flopped over and they don't get very tall, so I was thinking it would be okay without a stake. But I came in and put these stakes in with some string, and they fell out of the string, so I gotta fix that again. Plus my dog keeps coming in here and knocking them over. But here's a bunch.
I got one.
Look at all these.
I got one. I got one.
You got one? Oh, good. Is it yummy?
Huh.
You like the peas? Yeah, we don't eat the shells off of these ones because they're a little tough, but I planted a whole row of zinnias. You got some? So, these are all zinnias here. And they're all starting to bloom. They're so pretty. I love zinnias. So I have those there, and then my plan is to put my fall broccoli where the peas are. I can transplant them on the inside here, and it can use that drip line. And the peas add a good nitrogen to the soil. It fertilizes the soil. It's a nitrogen fixer, just like pole beans are. So that'll help feed the broccoli. And then also, zinnias are just be a good companion for broccoli. So I think it'll look really pretty. The broccoli will get really big in the fall, and the zinnias will be big and blooming. And then this is another row I just have tarped off because that's going to be fall garden stuff, like more cabbage and kale and things like that. Update on my potato garden. They're looking really good. Beginning of July. They're starting to flower. They have really pretty flowers. They're the potato flowers. So they got a little more weed to do, so weeds coming up here. So I'm gonna rake. What I've been doing is, as the weeds come up, I'll rake the walkways and just mound it on top of the plants, because they're gonna grow the potatoes under there, and you don't want sunlight to get to the potatoes or they'll get ruined. So you want to keep mounting them. Okay, they're all planted up. And then I put alyssum on the ends here, which is very pretty, and they smell so good. And alyssum is supposed to be a very good companion plant for potatoes. So that's why I did that. Garlic is almost ready. Probably another couple weeks. The bowls have been just having a field day with this, so I'm hopefully going to get a raised bed for these next year with some hardware cloth on the bottom. This whole bed was full of garlic. It was a beautiful sight. I was so excited. And as you can see, all these spaces and these piles of dirt are from our voles, and they have just gone to town, and just, it seems to be the only plant that they want. And it's like one of my prized plants, so unfortunately that's the case. So this is my last year of losing my garlic to voles, hopefully, and we'll get some raised beds. Here I have beets. I seeded those all the way down the row here, and we've just been taking the leaves off the side, harvesting these leaves. Now that the lettuce is still going, but it's going to start getting bitter soon because it's going to be hot. But these are really great to eat. I've been just harvesting some and putting it in our smoothies every day. They're like so nutrient dense. I think it's even more healthy than the actual beet itself. So you can harvest the leaves and then still harvest the beet. Obviously you don't want to take a lot of the leaves because it uses that to make energy to produce the beet. But that's what we've been doing. And this is where the radishes were, which we already harvested a while back. Oh, that's a snap pea. That's yummy. My little volunteer sunflower that looks so pretty, and it's completely out of place, but I don't want to take it out. I don't have the heart to take it out. Oh, yeah, these are the June-bearing strawberries. Ooh, I wonder what that one tastes like. That's our first one. I tried to pull off most of the flowers so it would get focus on leaf production this year, because I just planted these.
And this one's a strawberry too.
Yep, they're two different varieties. Can I try a taste of this one? Of that one? You're gonna eat it? Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to wait till next year to see what they taste like. Is it good? Yeah, that one looked like a good one. I am excited for the June-bearing strawberries, so that they put them all on at once and we can just have those for like sticking them in the freezer or making jams or whatever. It's just easier, and the it's easier for like storage purposes. And then the everbearing, of course, is a delicious snack to come out every day and harvest them. Anyway, so those are the June-bearing strawberries I planted. And then this, I have leeks planted all along.
I found one somebody for you.
You did? Okay.
I will find some.
All along the drip line here. So I've always started leeks every year, but I've never followed through with growing them. So I'm excited. They're looking really good, and hopefully we get them to maturity
This one's a big
in the fall.
Paprika.
And then of course there's the lettuce here that we've just been harvesting. You just take the outside leaves off, and you can have a nice salads. If you just harvest the outside leaves and leave the inner ones, you can harvest them down pretty good, and then they'll just keep growing back. We've been using the same lettuce since May, so these are the same plants since May, and we've been able to have some good salads. So here's my calendula. I use calendula a lot for making salves, just like skin salves and diaper salves. It's an amazing plant for healing skin issues. So I decided to grow a lot of it this year, and I put them all in a row so I can just go ahead and harvest it like that. And the more you pick of these, the more they'll grow. It's a great companion for just about every plant in your garden. You can also eat it. You can eat the flower. So that's pretty cool. You can put it on your salad. I have my watermelons and cantaloupes here. That's my Minnesota midget, which is still looking pretty small and midget-like. But yeah, we'll see if it starts growing more. It's still early July, so we have some time. So hopefully they'll just start exploding. These are all the ever-bearing strawberries. So we come out every morning, and Hannah and I will start picking them. And good enough strawberries for snacks for the day. So they're good. These are 2 volunteer potatoes that came up this year, and all the onions that I just chopped and spooned. Over here are some volunteer potatoes again that I just left. I have a lot of raspberry suckers coming in here. And then I also have cilantro that's going to flower. And the pollinators really like the coriander flowers. So, and then they'll produce seed. This is my spot for cilantro, and it just grows and then makes seed and replants itself every year, so I don't have to worry about it. This is my raspberry monstrosity. I plan to, this fall or next spring, move all the canes, as many as I can, over there. Making a spot for them over there and putting them in a row, because as you can see, it is taking over the garden and spreading its canes and suckers everywhere, and I wanted to do that this year, but I didn't get to it. So hopefully there'll be a update video on that this fall or next spring. But you can see all the little raspberries starting. They're all starting, but the problem is I can't even get to them because they're so bushed in, and I'm gonna scrape myself because they're all thorny. So we'll do the best we can to get them. Here's a lemon balm. I started a bunch of Shasta daisies this year, so I don't think they're gonna bloom this year, but next year I have a lot of plants there, and then I'll be able to divide them and replant them where I want them. Maybe sell some too. Here's celery I started. Here's a lupin. I gotta cut these old ones off. So I got new beautiful flowers there. This is my huge comfrey plant. I'm gonna divide that out this fall or next spring and make a bunch of different plants and replant that. Comfrey is one of those amazing plants that have a lot of uses. You can feed it to your chickens. It's a great chop and drop mulch. like a really, really good mulch for your plants. And it actually kickstarts your compost if you put that into your compost bin. So over here is just some more herbs. I have some herbs and flowers. I have irises I planted. This is kind of just like my starting bed. If I have perennial things I want to get in the ground and have irrigated, I'll put them here, and then maybe I'll move them somewhere else around the property. This is motherwort, another medicinal plant. I have Korean hyssop here. It's in the mint family. It has a black licorice flavor. I use it for teas. This is German chamomile. Use that for teas. These are my cosmos. Double Dutch rose. Very pretty flower. I planted, what did I do? Oh, this is marshmallow. Marshmallow plant. We'll see how that does. That's good for medicinal uses. Oh, and here's blueberries. My blueberry bush. They're starting to get ripe. There it is. And there's another one. This one is just such a pitiful bush. I don't know why. Every year it's just pitiful, and this one just grows really well, but we'll have to get another plant. This is lady's mantle, another medicinal plant. Lemon thyme. I bought that last year and I love it. I've been using it a lot on chicken and fish. So this needs to be weeded. But, oh, I gotta go through and do this. These are bunching onions, some thyme, sage. Sage is flowering. I had a bunch of lemon balm that came up everywhere. It reseeded itself, and so I just transplanted that all right here. I have mustard greens that came up. This is parsley that came back. I have more parsley planted that I started this year, but this just came up on its own. Yeah? You got a little pea? Yeah, you can eat it. This is my black-eyed Susan plant, I believe. That's what it should be. Yeah, I believe this is black-eyed Susan that came back from last year.
Mama,
and more Look at those pretty flowers. Aren't they beautiful?
there's bumblebees in there.
Oh, there are. Oh, they're getting the nectar.
Look, the sword is...
Yeah, look. So pretty.
Yeah.
Look how beautiful.
Look all those flowers I made.
Those are foxgloves.
I made them for you.
You made them for me, thank you. Something came in, like a deer or something, came in and munched them down. So usually they're a lot taller, but it munched it. So now it's just blooming lower, which is kind of pretty.
Oh.
But, oh, these are Hamburg rooted parsley. I have never grown those before, but I have them right here. They're kind of, that's what this is. And it's supposed to be a big, like a parsley plant, but you grow it for its root. And they're supposed to get a really big root. So I'm excited to see if that works out and see how I like it. And I think this is some sort of flower that is reseeded from last year. It might be delphinium, I'm not sure. I gotta look that up. We have mustard greens here. And then my other foxglove here. And this is my grape plant. And look, this is the first time I've ever seen
We can just pick us
the little grapes on it. But something's eating it. Those were definitely fuller the other day, but something's eating it. Okay, so this is an overview of my 3 sisters. Actually, it's more like a 5 sisters garden. It's very weedy, so it definitely needs some attention. So I'll do an update on that after I get it weeded and cleaned up looking. But basically I have the sunflowers lining the north end that are nice and tall, and then I planted some beans, pole beans on the bottom there. So these are, so that they can grow up the stalk. And I did about half Mayflower beans, which is a beautiful pink and white bean that you use as a dried bean, and then I did the Kentucky Wonder pole beans on about half of them too, so those you eat green. But basically I did little circle of corn here. And yes, I know it is so behind this year, but hopefully it'll catch up in time. And then I planted, so I have corn there, and then I have more corn there, and in between I planted some squash. They're all different types of winter squashes. And pretty soon I'll be able to plant a couple bean seeds here, which is what you do for Three Sisters. You plant the pole bean, and then it grows up your corn stalk, and then it feeds the soil, feeds your corn plants, gives the nitrogen it needs as a nitrogen fixer. Now I'm planting that really late, so I'm not expecting really to get much of a harvest off of it, but it's more for the companion aspect of it. I'll probably use some more Mayflower bean. I have plenty of that I saved from the other year. So nasturtiums here in the front, and then I have amaranth. This is Elena's Rojo amaranth, and it gets really tall and has these beautiful red flower spikes, and they're so pretty. I've grown those before. And then we made a little teepee trellis here. My husband put that up for us. And then I planted some beans all the way around the base, which I need to put string. I need to put some string around for the beans to climb up. I did a few morning glories in there too, just for a little extra pretty flowers. Like that's a morning glory. So yeah, I need to string those up so that they can climb, and then Hannah likes to play under there, and it'll hopefully be covered in leaves and look really pretty. So yeah, more amaranth and squash. Oh, they're getting pretty big. They're starting. I think I saw some fruit starting on some of them already. So yeah, that's my Five Sisters garden. It's kind of a Three Sisters garden, but generally it's corn, beans, and squash, but the fourth and fifth sister would be the amaranth and the sunflowers. So let's see, what else do I have? These are tomatillos. They make green tomatoes for salsa. Here's my tomato garden. Here's my tomato garden. We just finally got the last trellises up the other day. We're a little behind on that, but as you can see, I need to get in here and weed. So that's going to be the next order of business. I'm going to weed all this, and they all need to be pruned. I need to prune them and stake them if they need it. Oh, we got little tomatoes starting already. Oh, there they are. Well, that's it for this garden update. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it was a long one, so thank you for making it to the end. Please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And as always, we'll see you on the next video. Take care and God bless.